Hey, Coach, when you look at the second half, was it just a matter of shots not falling or what they were doing against you defensively?
No, I mean, it's always credit to the defense. Minnesota, was good on the defensive end of the court. We got to be better. Um, so, you got to make shots, you got to make plays. But a lot of credit to their defense, and we got to find a way to be better.
Coach, looking at Devin with 9 turnovers, what did you feel like Minnesota did, and how much of it was their defense, how much of it was maybe just the offense, how much of it was just strictly Devin?
No, again, kind of similar. Always give the opponent credit, give the team's defense, Minnesota's defense credit. They put a lot of attention on him. I think I got to give Devin better spacing, guys, outlets, better actions into it. So, credit to Minnesota. And Devin's been amazing. He's been a great playmaker. So, no, it's just a lot of credit to Minnesota. We got to be better.
Quick follow, looking at the Minnesota in terms of getting to the rim, Edwards and Randall. You've talked about, guard your yard. How much of that lack thereof was part of what happened with that tonight?
I mean, he's very dynamic. I feel like, some of his, rim attacks, were out of pick and rolls, and at times we're up and, he was able to split the pick and roll, so we're getting screened and the bigs are up and aggressive and, he was able to find some cracks in that. And other times, transition, things like that, he got to the rim. So you always got to take the individual pride. We got to be good on him, but the stuff around it's got to be solid. And, he found a way. He found some opportunities to get to the rim.
Coach, you started Royce and Ryan, I think, only played a few minutes tonight. Was that a product of coming off the ankle? Was it a matchup and flow type of thing?
Yeah, I would say Ryan's fine. I don't think it was the ankle. We went with Royce with the starters and played Royce a lot tonight. And, Ryan just didn't get probably the normal or what we expected to play him, just kind of the flow of the game. But he's healthy. He's good.
When you look at that third quarter and those stretches where it feels like the turnovers kind of stack up and the other team goes on a run, what do you feel like you guys need to do better to keep those from kind of spiraling?
Yeah, I think, within the questions, the turnovers is something that's, it sometimes just leads to easy baskets for them too. So it's, not only do we not get the shot on goal, at times, the live ball turnovers are leading to easy baskets. So, we got to look at it. We got to find a way to be better, trying to avoid those stretches.
Coach, you guys have Kevin Durant closing in 30,000 points. He got under 100, closer to it tonight, and Devin got closer to Walter under 100 tonight. What does it mean to have two of those guys in your career, great players, now on your squad?
Yeah, I mean, incredibly fortunate, to see them up close, to work with them every day, to know the milestones that they're reaching, kind of, Kevin individually at 30,000 and, Devin for the organization and for himself individually to become the all-time leading scorer. It's just, two of the greats in our league. And, their numbers, I guess, speak for themselves. I'm going to have to find out how close they are. So, but it's impressive.
Coach, with Nikhil breaking loose there for a few threes in the second half, was that more of a product of missed rotations on the backside or just, Ant getting downhill?
No, the one that probably hurts is he banks one in, and then all of a sudden, it feels like the basket was big for him. Edwards commands a lot of attention, and then Gobert roll into the basket. So, I wouldn't say mistakes necessarily. It's just, Edwards commands a lot of attention, and you got to make rotations. You got to be in two places at once, and sometimes guys are going to get some shots. So, credit to them. We got to find a way to be better.
Coach, All-Star reserves are announced tomorrow. Do you have a final case for Book to make it and join Kev in San Francisco in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, Book's, one of the great two guards in our league right now. What he's done, this season, as a scorer, as a playmaker, as a leader, it's just, he's clearly in our minds an all-star. And hopefully the other coaches see and respect what he's done, this season. It's never easy, but that guy's, he's one of the best players in our league, so I don't see how he's not an all-star.
Hey, Mike, the trade deadline looming, there's been a lot of talk about that involving some of your players. Is it a distraction? Will you be glad to get it out of the way?
I think we have a mostly veteran team that's been through this and understands how the league works. And so, I think the work and the focus every day has been good. We've been playing good basketball. Tonight we had stretches where we weren't our best, so that happens. And so I think the veteran presence on our team helps us during this time of year.
Coach, back here. I believe it was 30 points in the paint for you guys in the first half. I know you've been asked a variety of different questions about the difference between the two, and we obviously saw firsthand how this Minnesota defense can trip this team up in the playoffs last year. But in particular with the blitzing and hedging defenses out on the perimeter, what do you feel like is the main ingredient that needs to flip in order for you guys to be able to handle those situations better?
Yeah, I would say we maybe got to find ways to make it harder to blitz and harder to hedge. I think, if we maybe have multiple actions and the ball is moving, and, guys are touching, I think that can make it harder to blitz and hedge. And then we got to have great spacing. We have great outlets, around the blitzes and the hedges. We got to play through the bigs, and we got to be able to play through, the straight ahead or the kickback pass. All right. Thank you, guys.